Khayla, would you talk about the last second shot and what was going through your mind then? Was the play designed for you, or were there several options?
We had dribble play for a man, and they came out in zone, so coach just kind of called low passing and just got the ball in my hands and figured I'd be aggressive and either take the shot or draw somebody and kick for a last second shot. Went a little early, but worked out in my favor.
Coach, can you just speak to the quality of the game? It seemed just to be an incredible game, both ends, both teams.
I think both teams just have kids that just compete. They're tough. They just don't want to lose. That's one of those games, as I told Robin afterwards, Robin, you didn't lose. You just ran out of time, and it could have been us. I love to watch young people just compete. I love that whole, everything about the game tonight I loved. It wasn't an ugly game. It was a well-played game. Game management from my part can be better. You know, Alexis shooting the ball too early in regulation when we want to take the last shot, Cherry turning it over. But what did those kids come back and do? They made plays for us to win the game. And a big turning point, we got rattled when Autumn went down with the injury. And that's when we just had to get our composure. I hope she's okay. I don't have any, doctor, trainer tell me anything. Yeah, I have to also say this. Scott may need to take my paycheck and not pay me for this game, because I asked those kids to go to a 3-2 zone tonight. Y'all think I ever taught that? It's the same damn thing I did in 2005 when we beat LSU. We couldn't guard them. Okay, so we went to a 3-2 zone, and I have to give credit to these kids because they just figure it out. You stay close to her. You don't let her go. And not many coaches would come up here and tell you that. They go, oh man, what a great move. Well, it was a great move to look at the kids in the timeout and ask, can you do it? Can you do something I've never taught you to do? Just stay as wide as you can. We knew coming in, we had our hands full with matchups. When Williams was not going to be in the lineup for them, it presented problems for our bigs. So I ended up having to play both bigs, which is just a tremendous challenge for them. To have to guard on the three, guard athletes, and I just thought everybody pulled for each other out there tonight.
A bit of a two-parter, Jailin. I know you have the tattoo that says "Bet on yourself." Can you just talk about, in a situation like tonight, your confidence in yourself having the ball in your hands late in the game?
Yeah, it's just throughout my 4 years, I haven't had the confidence that I have now, and I put in the work. So, bet on myself. That's my not my recent tattoo, but it means a lot to me because I never betted on myself before until this year, honestly. So it goes hand in hand with this year. It's I don't know. It's just a different feeling for me mentally. I don't check out as much as I used to, and coaches instill that confidence in me to keep shooting, regardless if you're missing or not. Just keep going.
And for both of you, especially as guards, does it help in any way to have a coach who has so much experience playing the guard position and, just having that knowledge of what these sort of situations are like on the floor?
I mean, it's Coach Kim Mulkey. But yeah, we trust her. She obviously has a lot more experience than we have. But we know she's going to make the call. We're going to go out there and execute, and when in doubt, we're going to go down fighting. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like.
It's them making plays. Coaches are only as good as their players. And that's the truth. They're only as good as their players. When you're in a timeout and you got these eyes making contact with you, I showed them last week. Tell them what picture I gave y'all in the locker room. I said the great players, what?
Oh, Jordan and Coach.
Coach Dean
Before
Smith.
He made his name for himself.
And what was the whole deal? It's the great players make eye contact and want to be coached. And it's a great picture of Jordan just looking right into Dean Smith's eyes. That's what I get to do in a timeout with these kids. They're looking right in my eyes and they want to do good. And I don't always make the right calls. They go make the right plays is what it boils down to.
Again, talk, if you will, about the decision to put Afua back in as early as you did with 4 fouls and the job she did to play the rest of the way and stay on the court.
I shouldn't do that. You're taught not to do that. Keep her there, coach, till about the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. You don't have Asia. Asia's on crutches over there with a stress reaction. You don't have Autumn, so you're down to 3 post players. So my decision was, do I go with Awa and Hannah, who's basically a freshman? And I chose to go big, knowing we were staying in that 3-2, and they were going to help those guys just stay wide as you can. We're going to help you on drives. But also those 2 bigs helped us rebound some critical missed shots and gave us another opportunity. And that was my thinking, is that can I trade 2 for 2 there? If I can just get them to come out to the 3-point line in the 3-2 we were in. I did go with small, Scott. I went small with Awa one time. I just didn't like the feel. I didn't think we were in the flow. And so I just decided we're going to go big, and we're going to go with the 3 perimeter players that have won this many games for us this year and let the chips fall where they may. And Faustine did a tremendous job of staying in the game. Yeah, Tigers win.
Khayla, you got kind of emotional there after the game, the buzzer sounded. What was kind of going through your mind?
I just try to be everything for my team. Whatever that looks like. If that's going to get a rebound, that's making a big defensive stop on defense. But I wasn't trying to go into another overtime. So I felt like we were going to win or we were going to lose, but I felt like I had enough confidence in myself to, take the last shot, and I wanted to win it for her. So Jerry set me up, and, Coach always gives me the confidence, but I'm just happy I was able to pull it out for my team, honestly. That's really it.
And Jailin, for you, you talked about this confidence. Where do you think the confidence has come from? Do you think it's a lot credited to Coach, or it's got to come from somewhere?
I can give credit to Coach, but I also just put in the work. I've been in the gym more than I've ever been. I get in the gym a lot. I'm shooting shots and trying to expand my game in different ways. And the shots that I do in the games, I practice those shots. So it just comes natural to me now to get the shots off, and I practice for my spots.
You don't see anybody on that floor afraid to fail. And that's all I want. Don't be afraid to take that big shot. In fact, I got on Lexus one time, I said, you scared. You scared. You doing all that moving with the ball. When the ball gets in your hands on ball reversals, nail the shot. Just trying to motivate her. Don't hesitate. This kid, when I'm motivating like that, she'll come up and go, you're all right, you're all right. That's what they do for each other. And that's because they're seniors. That's because they've been on that floor a lot in the SEC.
For Jailin and Khayla, would you talk about the point in the game when Autumn got hurt and Kim asked y'all to do something y'all hadn't done a lot of, and what was going through your minds there?
Honestly, it's just we had to do what we had to do. We're down a man, so everybody has to step up. Coach wanted us to run the 3-2. And we ran zone before, so it was really just principles of just going back to the last 4 or 5 years and guarding the area. But we all just gelled together, and Autumn went down and hurt us. But we shook back.
You look at the field goal percentage, guys, each quarter for each team, other than the third quarter for, not even the third quarter, it's the overtime. You look at what each team was shooting from the field. That's why I said it was a very well-played game. You score that many points, there's not many shots being missed. Now, you might say, well, there's not a lot of great defense. Well, okay, I'll say both teams played zone. I'm not too proud to say it. I went to it, but that was just two teams with kids that just were grinding it out.
Got time for a couple more questions, guys.
Khayla, what did you do, and Coach, what did you see your kids do to keep the composure after the block from behind foul call, just not let that rattle you?
Well, Cherry, I'm not exactly sure what she said to the ref, but I think it was Alexis or KP went and got her. Okay, Foss got her technical, which is, I made Foss, the referee tell me what Foss said. Would you like to know what Foss said? I know you would, but don't ask. Okay, but I agreed with her. I told the referee, well, she's right. So I was ready to get teed up about that time, and I turned to my coaches and I said, it's been a long time since I've been thrown out of a game. Just heat of the battle. Just keep playing. We got plenty of time. Keep playing. Keep playing. Had some timeouts. I thought about icing a couple of those guys at the foul line, but I chose not to. There were some timeouts where I could have brought the ball. Let's go back to game management. Could have brought the ball to the front court, and I trusted these guys. They needed more room in the back court. So there's so many things that I'll think back to, and there'll be things that I'll teach them that we can do better together.
Finish with one last question there in the back.
Coach, can you speak to y'all's aggressiveness on the offensive glass tonight and just how much of an impact that had?
Well, that goes back to what I said about having bigs in the game. I thought, I know we're going to give it up on the defensive end, but maybe we'll get that extra rebound. And Autumn's one of probably our best offensive rebounders. So when she went out, I thought Foss got her hands on some boards in there. I thought, they're just big. We made them have to worry about our bigs in there. They may not have produced. Foss, I think, had double digits. I don't think Hannah did, but because of their presence on the offensive end, that 2-3 zone allowed these guys to get maybe some open looks, particularly at the high post area at the free throw line.